So one of my favorite ways of working on little music projects or figuring out something new in my little musical world is just to sit back on the couch, in this case with my Orangewood Dana. And if you recall, it's got nylon strings on it now, so it's a very mellow and very easy to play instrument, and put ideas together that I think are going to be useful to me. So one of these little studies that I've just recently completed is in the key of D. And basically what I was saying was, every so often you get asked to play something when you're out, just pick up a guitar and do something. And so I want to be trained, I want to be able to do something melodic and sounding good, but that's also a really good exercise so that I'm accomplishing the learning process as well as giving myself something I can do when I play out. Now I choose the key of D for really good reasons for me, and that is for my vocal range, D works fairly well. And so D is what I'm going to pick as my pivot point. And within that, what I wanted to look at was different ways of playing the chords related to D, the key of D, and some of the pentatonic movements that I'd want to be able to perform. So there's two very nice ideas, and we're going to look at those right now. So if I was to play a D chord, that's a pretty straightforward idea, D chord, and I can remember that the D note in the melody area is here, the D major scale. Very easy to find. I can put that all on one string if I want to. Nice and easy. And what's really neat is that gives me a great set of positions for all of the chords that I'm going to want to play if I pick the right shapes. Now I know for the major shape, my D major shape is going to work. Well, there's also a nice easy D minor shape right in that area. And I can combine those two things. Now, of course, I could play all of the regular open chords in D, which is, interesting, of course, and good. If you're newer to playing the guitar, this might be a little bit more complicated. So if we can just restrict this to two shapes, we've kind of done ourselves a little favor. So let's just take a look at that. I can play my D major. I can then move up 2 frets, play a D minor shape. I'm only going to hit 3 strings, and that's going to be my E minor. I'm going to come up 2 more frets. There's my F sharp minor. Now I've got to come back to my major shape, and I can do that again 2 frets higher. And then I can finally come up, and I've got my B minor chord. Now that's as far as I'm going to go with this, is just up to this point. But I've now got a really easy way of playing those shapes. And it sounds pretty good. And sounding pretty good is what I'm really aiming for here. And I can, of course, make this a little fancier. So what can I do to kind of bring things back around again? Well, I can play the pentatonic scale in reverse order. Now remember the pentatonic scale, it's going to sound something like 5 notes, starting on a D note, E, F sharp, we've got our A, and we've got our B. Okay, and so this gives us a pretty nice understanding of what we want to play. But we were down here in this B minor shape. What can we do here? Well, we can sort of execute a BB box shaped way of playing the pentatonic, starting here. Okay, that's the same pentatonic shape we've been using. And just correct for crossing the B string. And we can add 2 more again, because that takes us back up. So we have a very nice, easy way of looking at our pentatonic shape. We just have to run it now backwards. Sorry. Okay, that's taken us down to our A note, and we're in pretty good shape. That's kind of a nice deal. All right, what could I do next? Well, we could invoke another pentatonic shape to come back up to our D position. In this case, we've got the fourth box, or box 4 of the pentatonic shape. And we can use that. And so that's exactly what I was putting together as my little study in D. How can I put together something that sounds good, is easy to play, that I'm going to want to exercise, so I'm going to be better at it over time, and it's going to give me a reminder and some knowledge that I want to carry with me almost everywhere I go. And so I can sort of put it together and make it sound a little bit nicer if I play the following. And just kick back a couple notes. And I've just looped all the way around. So I'm calling this my little study in D. Basically nothing more than just me saying, hey, I wanted to take a more interesting version of my major chords or major scale chords, and just play them with a little bit of a flourish, move back and move forward. So should I find myself out, should someone say, hey, can you play something on the guitar? I hear you play the guitar. I've now got a warm-up that gets me started and lets me sound like I know what I'm doing. And then from there, I can go off and do other things. If I want to add something to it, and I can just carry on from there. So this is a really cute little idea. Now, I like doing these sort of things, and I like having something to start out with that's very consistent. So this is going to be my new practice routine as I start sort of each session. And again, I'm in a very relaxed spot here. I'm on the couch, nice and comfy. I've got my favorite little play around guitar, and I'm really just wanting to explore interesting ideas. So this is, I think, for me, a very good starting point. Now, of course, my decision making to go with D was more related to where my vocal range is. You might find you have a different one, but the same rules are going to apply, and you're going to be able to find something very interesting if you want to move it to a chord set that you're more interested in.